I'm going to run for president. I'm going to run for your children and mine.
Miami Mayor Francis Suarez has suspended his presidential campaign.
I'm Will Hurd. I'm running for president, and I approve this message.
Former Texas Congressman Will Hurd has ended his campaign for presidency.
Perry who? Perry Johnson.
Businessman Perry Johnson suspended his campaign this afternoon.
Conservative talk radio host Larry Elder launching a run for the White House.
Larry Elder is ending his Republican presidential campaign.
Before God and my family, I'm announcing that I'm running for president of the United States of America.
Mike Pence suspending his campaign.
I'm announcing today that I'm running for president of the United States of America.
Senator Tim Scott announcing tonight he is suspending his campaign.
I'm officially announcing I'm running for the president of the United States of America.
North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum is now ending his presidential campaign.
That I intend to seek the Republican nomination for president of the United States in 2024, and I want your support.
Chris Christie is suspending his campaign.
A race for the White House officially kicks off tonight with Iowa's Republican Party caucuses. Former President Donald Trump expected to dominate with Nikki Haley and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis in a fight for second. The wild card tonight will be the weather. This is a live look at Des Moines, Iowa, where a blanket of snow is now covering the ground and temperatures are well below zero.
The Iowa caucuses are here on a record-breaking frigid day.
It's been a challenging last 24 hours.
Iowa loves this. We love the caucuses.
The GOP frontrunner Donald Trump rallying Sunday in his first recent appearance in the state, urging his supporters not to stay complacent.
You can't sit home. If you're sick as a dog, you say, darling, I gotta make it. Even if you vote and then pass away, it's worth it.
It's the first major test of the Republican race, with the former president who faces 91 criminal charges holding a dominant 28-point lead in a new Des Moines Register NBC News poll. Former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis now in a heated race for second place.
Today's the day we make history because we raise the voices of Americans that say, we want a better day. We're going to make it happen. Thank you. God bless you. Let's do this.
DeSantis staking his entire campaign on Iowa, visiting all 99 counties, holding more events than Trump and Haley combined. His team telling ABC News they're organizing transportation for known DeSantis supporters to caucus sites.
We don't go by the polls. I think that they've historically not predicted who's going to win, and I think that we have a better beat on who's going to turn out.
Businessman Vivek Ramaswamy saying he believes he'll get a late surge of supporters tonight.
I'm asking you to help us in this final 12-hour sprint to tonight, less than 12 hours to tonight, to open the eyes of the other people, make good America First patriots.
And tonight, when Iowans head to their caucus sites, it'll be around -6 degrees, but the feels-like temperature could be as low as -35. So based on the first results and our Fox News voter analysis, the Fox News decision desk can now project that former President Donald Trump will win the Iowa caucuses.
He will take the lion's share of the state's 40 delegates. This result really solidifies his place as the current frontrunner for the nomination. Former Governor Haley and Governor DeSantis fighting for second. And this is really going to maybe last a while because it's a close race right now, how we see it based on the numbers we're looking at. You know, the former president, overperformed in the rural parts of Iowa, but it has been overwhelming, some of these numbers from these precincts that are already starting to come in. Some of them, and we were just talking, it happens quickly.
It's incredible.
Jesse. I mean, they do it on pieces of paper, they finish it, they hear everybody talk, and it's done.
It's stunning, Jesse. I mean, I was in touch with someone who's at a Des Moines precinct, and she said, you know, they listened to the speeches from all of the representatives of the candidates, and then they voted, and it was over very quickly. Everything that we're seeing is that the former president in Iowa tonight has really swept with all age groups. I mean, clearly strong with rural voters, voters who have lower levels of education, but strong all across the board. And it lines up with a lot of what we saw in the polling that we saw in the last few days on issues like a strong leader, good on the economy. All of these things seem to be bearing fruit for him tonight in Iowa, Jesse.
One of the stories, Jesse, is going to be whether the former president can get over 50%, because it's very possible that he will.
A couple ways to look at this. First of all, the 51% he finishes with. The previous record in an Iowa Republican caucus was 41%. You mentioned 2000, George W. Bush. He had 41%. Then Bush won Iowa. Trump 10 points north of that. And the margin of victory here, it's basically 30 points Trump over DeSantis. The previous record for a margin of victory in Iowa was 12 points. Bob Dole over Pat Robertson back in 1988. So these numbers here that Trump did vastly exceed anything we've seen in an Iowa Republican caucus before. Here's an interesting one. It is as close for Donald Trump to being a 99 county sweep of the state as you can get without actually getting a 99 county sweep. And what I mean is, look at the one county that is not Trump's shade of red on here. It's Johnson County, where Iowa City and the University of Iowa are. And look at the result here. Donald Trump lost it to Nikki Haley by a single vote. So Donald Trump literally came one single vote away from going 99 for 99 in Iowa.
This is not good for Donald Trump. I don't care how they spin it.
Former President Donald Trump took the stage, claiming victory after his projected win in the Iowa Republican caucuses.
I really think this is time now for everybody, our country, to come together. We want to come together.
In his speech, Trump gave rare thanks to his GOP opponents.
There are very smart people, very capable people.
CBS News projects Florida Governor Ron DeSantis at a distant second place.
You helped us get a ticket punched out of the Hawkeye state.
Former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley proclaimed herself as part of a two-person race, despite a projected third-place finish.
Our campaign is the last best hope of stopping the Trump-Biden nightmare.
Trump is expected to carry the momentum from his win here in Iowa to next week's GOP primary in New Hampshire, where in the polls there he leads both DeSantis and Haley.
Businessman Vivek Ramaswamy suspended his campaign and endorsed the former president after coming in fourth.
This has to be an America First candidate in that White House.
The top three Republican finishers have campaign events scheduled in New Hampshire later today, though this morning Trump is expected to first attend the New York civil defamation trial brought against him by author E. Jean Carroll. DeSantis will campaign in Haley's home state of South Carolina before heading to the Granite State.
Kujichagulia.